Top five, top five, top five.
Cinematopical back with another video. I'm Strange Wayne, he's Nate, and we're doing top 5 favorite actors of all time. He's gonna fill you on the Zemeckis rule, so there's no confusion during the video.
The Zemeckis rule is basically our way of saying pass-ish. So essentially, if we both have the same person on our list, but one of us has it 2 slots or higher, then that person will say Zemeckis. And it just means we're not going to talk about that person until we get to it on the person who had them higher on their list, because who wants to talk about things more than once? We surely do not.
My number 5 is Robert Mitchum.
Okay.
You
do like that guy.
A lot!
He just commands the screen wherever he's on it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if it's Cape Fear, Night of the Hunter, Rio Bravo. He's on screen. You like shut up and listen, you know?
Yeah.
He's just such a powerful actor to me. My number 4 is Brad Pitt.
Okay.
And he, to me, it was between him and another guy.
He almost made my list, yeah.
And he's the Humphrey Bogart of our generation, I feel like.
What that mean?
You look at Fight Club, or even his last movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is so fucking cool.
Yeah, he is.
Whether he's a stoner on the couch in True Romance,
Mm-hmm.
he's just cool.
Yeah.
You know? Like, Brad Pitt, you want to have a beer with that guy, you know? You want to hang out with him. You want to be that guy.
I wish he was my dad.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
Humphrey Bogart, you know, obviously Casablanca, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, The Big Sleep. But then you watch him and stuff like The African Queen.
Mm.
And it's like totally different for anything he's done. Like,
Yeah.
he has range. Brad Pitt also has range. Moneyball, for instance. Like, he's such a good actor.
Yeah, he's great.
And he's cool.
My number 5 is going to be Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, hell no!
Okay.
That's a fucking Zemeckis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I knew there was going to be at least one.
Big Zemeckis.
My number 4 is Michael B. Jordan.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
He is very, very, very close.
Yeah. I love this guy.
Dude,
I love everything that he's done. Even his TV work. Like, I
haven't seen The Wire.
Yeah. So he's really good in The Wire. I like him more in Friday Night Lights. Like, literally everything. Fruitvale Station is great. Creed is great. He is my favorite MCU villain in Killmonger, and the fact that they killed him off in one movie is a shame. Like, you had Michael B. Jordan in the MCU, and you used him for one movie?
It is a lot of hogwash.
He's so good at being angry. Like, he's so good at being angry. And I am also often angry, especially when I drop my phone in the middle of a goddamn video. If you want to see how angry I am, watch our trailer reactions to movies about talking dogs. But, like, the emotion that Michael B. Jordan portrays on screen is phenomenal. And, like, I'm a big fan of... So I like learning about how people identify with stuff. One of the quickest ways that we identify people is based on people who look the same way we do. And this is one of the reasons that I love Michael B. Jordan so much, is because I look nothing like that guy in any way, shape, or form, but I still identify with him so much in every character that he plays. Like, in Creed, like, you know, I'm not a boxer. I'm definitely not that swole, and my daddy wasn't famous.
Facts!
The way he cares about people, the way he, like, learns to stop being so self-deprecating on himself and have, like, you know, the confidence to, like, achieve the things that he wants to achieve. Michael B. Jordan sells that for me, and it's 100% all in his acting ability.
My number 3 is the often imitated, never duplicated, Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
No.
Everybody has a Schwarzenegger impression.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to do mine
Yeah,
because it's not good,
right.
like most of them.
It's not. I've heard it.
But growing up, Jackie Chan and Schwarzenegger, that was on very constant rotation.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have watched The Predator in like 3rd grade, but I did. And you know why? Because Schwarzenegger's that cool. You know, he's big. He's like fucking Last Action Hero, Terminator 1 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
just Conan the Barbarian. Anything he was in, I watched.
He's very macho.
He was my guy. I've seen his movies 100,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a little kid, I thought The Sixth Day was a good movie. That movie's terrible. But Schwarzenegger was in it, and I watched it and I loved it. I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to have the muscles like him. He was numero uno. My number 2 is on the size spectrum, on the opposite end, and it's Joe Pesci.
Oh, wow.
He's he's an angry little fellow in most films, but he can also turn up the comedy, as we've seen in Lethal Weapon films. And he has that range, you know. He could be the supportive brother in Raging Bull, or he can be the fucking maniac, violent, whatever you want to call him, in Mobster in Goodfellas. Or he could be the fucking guy you walk over in Lethal Weapon 2 and 3. You know? Leo gets... What a great name.
Or he could be one of the worst crooks in history.
It's debatable.
He has such a... he has a small number of films, but the range in those are amazing. Like... He has a film with Roger Dangerfield, Easy Money, where he's kind of scummy, but he's not, like, he's likable, you know? He has fucking My Cousin Vinny.
Oh.
Pure, like, comical Italian. And then you look at all the other films he played Italians in that aren't comical, you know? The fucking range of this guy's amazing. He's funny.
He is funny.
He can take a scene and make it his own. He can build tension and make you believe it. And he's so small, you know? So I think as an actress is very impressive with that and his range.
So my number 3 is Mr. Jake Gyllenhaal.
That boy good.
He's got really good range, and he's not afraid to do weird shit. And I love that about him. I mean, look at him in Southpaw, and then look at him in Nightcrawler. You know? Or like, so even though it wasn't a good movie, like look at him in Southpaw, and then look at him in Velvet Buzzsaw. Like, this guy has fucking range. Like, he plays an uneducated, like, muscly, like, just meathead who's just good at fighting. Like, that's it. Like, that's his character. And he loves his family and shit, too. Yeah. But, like, to, like, this creepy little, like, weird guy.
Weasel.
In either of those movies. Yeah. And, like, so his range is... And then he can, he can do the rom-com. He can, like, I mean, there's nothing that he can't do. And he does it all really, really well.
He can be an army soldier.
Like, I know that you don't feel like he was at his most Gyllenhaaliest as Mysterio in Spider-Man, but, like, that's still one of the best performances from an MCU villain we've ever seen, and it's just because it's Jake Gyllenhaal. He just turns in believable performance after believable performance, and they never feel forced, and they never feel extraordinarily cheesy, and they're never so over the top that I'm like, that's too over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you said it before, too. Like, you get lost in Gyllenhaal performances. You know? You forget that that's Jake Gyllenhaal. Number 2 for me is admittedly not as good of an actor as Jake Gyllenhaal, but I just like him as a person a lot, and it's Ryan Gosling. Like, a lot of people really don't like him at all.
That's blonde Jake Gyllenhaal, if you ask me.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of see it. He is just like... I mean, it's the same thing. He has really good range. I mean, if you look at, like... Sebastian from La La Land, and then look at the driver from Drive, or him in The Place Beyond the Pines. Like, those are just wildly different characters, and I believe all of them. Like, if you ever told me, like, if I hadn't seen any of his smaller movies, and you showed me La La Land, or The Notebook, or what's that movie with him and Emma Stone and Steve Carell? Where he plays the like he's just like this wacky like fake Italian like womanizer, right? If you told me that guy could play like a freaking tatted like bank robber who is also like a stuntman for a circus who knocks up a lady and then decides he wants to be a good father, and like I would be like, that's BS, you know? But like he kills it in all of that stuff. So like, and he just also happens to be in like one of my favorite movies of all time, which is La La Land. Yeah, and I think my favorite thing about him is like he can do something that I can't do, which I really wish I could do. Like, he is the best like brooder in cinema. No one can brood like Ryan Gosling. Like his just little like thoughtful like angry angsty stares that he gives. Like, I just love it. Like, I'm too vocal about my emotions. I can't do that. But like, for a second, I get to be that, and it makes me feel like a badass. I know what your number 1 is. It was my number 5.
This is James Stewart. This dude can do anything.
Yeah.
You just take out everything he's ever done and just look at Hitchcock performances.
Right.
The range in the Hitchcock movies. Rope is vastly different from Rear Window and Vertigo.
Maggots don't know nothing about that.
But then you look at like fucking westerns he's done. Desert Rise Again is way different from it has a very weird name, but he's like a father and he has like 12 kids. You know, like it's during the Civil War.
Cheaper by the dozen?
No. Fuck no. But it's just like, even in Western genres, he has Man shot literally violence. You know, every character's different. Philadelphia Story. This man has so much range. He's so like, he's like the Mr. Rogers of actors.
That there's impressive.
You just want to like this guy because he looks so wholesome. And it helps when he does movies like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and stuff like that. The dude's the fucking best. Greatest actor of all time in my opinion. There's none better. You know, he showed that he can be manly. He can show emotion. He's fucking total package.
Yeah.
And not counting the fucking, I say fuck a lot, don't I?
Probably not as much as me, but it's okay.
It's a Wonderful Life, you know, where he shows a little bit of everything he's ever done in that film.
That's true. Yeah, I love this guy a lot. I want to see more of his movies. I feel like when I start seeing more, he will probably creep up my list a lot. But everything that I've seen him in, I love. My number one is definitely, this is definitely a favorites list.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
Is 100% Harrison Ford. This guy, like, I mean, you talk about you watched all these Schwarzenegger and like Jackie Chan movies growing up. Like, I watched so many Harrison Ford movies, it's not even funny. I mean, obviously, like, I love Star Wars, Indiana Jones. Like, the first 3 Indiana Jones movies are like, it's probably it's the best trilogy of all time. Like, it is. And like, I just wanted to be this guy so much growing up.
Makes sense.
And like, I still wish that I could be more like him. You know, I don't think that everything he does is healthy necessarily, but like the way this guy, like the way he talks to women, the way he like just fucking handles himself in a fight. He's just always so cool, calm, and collected in everything he does. Like, there is no moment where you're ever like, Harrison Ford looks scared. You know? Like, he just handles his shit in every single movie. And he delivers some of the best lines, and the way that he delivers them is freaking awesome. Like, I mean...
I know.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. The way he just goes charging everything. Like, from Han Solo, just like, recklessly chasing a bunch of stormtroopers down a hallway. Like, his bitch tells him, I love you for the first time. He's about to, like, maybe never see her again. This might be, as far as he knows, it's the last chance he's ever going to get to see this woman ever again. And he just says, I know. Like, what a badass.
Yeah.
Like, you know? And, like, Indy's the same way. Like, he has so much heart and care for the women in his life, but, like,
There's so many women in his life.
Right. But he still retains that just, like, rugged, like, badassery, you know? Air Force One. Like, he's my favorite, he's my second favorite movie president. And, like, it's just, like, he's the president, and he takes out all these fucking terrorists and shit, you know? And he also just yells, get off my plane, and then, like, it's so good. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 list, he would have made mine. But tell us who's on your top 5 favorite actors list down in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe.